office. What are we going to do at Christopher's office, Calvin?
First, that's going to start out, we're going to talk about what you got to do because the buildings stay sturdy with dirt.
Whoa.
Many buildings like this. You ever see stuff like this out? You know what this is?
You never seen that?
An excavator, that's right. What does this bucket do? It's
Go over there.
Dirt, huh? So we have big machines like this, and this is how we start on building buildings and making them sturdy. First thing we got to do, Calvin, is we're going to take, this is a small one, but they have ones that are as big as like 3 or 4 of these. They're really big. And you know what they do? They take all the dirt, and scoop all the dirt out. And they do that so we can put stuff in the ground. Have you ever buried something in the ground and it stays up? No?
No.
That's what we're trying to do, is we scoop stuff out so that we can put stuff down in the ground and make sure it stays sturdy on the ground.
So they don't just build the houses on top of the dirt?
No.
Whoa.
You have to make sure that it stays on top of good dirt. So look, jump on that dirt. Does the dirt move? No?
No?
I think it does. Look.
Try it again. Try it again. Oh, it's bouncing!
If our buildings are on dirt that bounces, guess what? The building's not sturdy. So we have to first, that's why we use big pieces of equipment like this. First we have to make sure.
You should have brought your coat, huh? That's in the truck.
Hard. You want to make it really hard. That's what we're going to do first.
How do you make it hard? How do you make the ground hard?
Yeah, that's a good question. So there's 2 things that make the ground hard. If we dig and we find out that there's rock under there, then we go, okay, the ground's hard. And if we don't see that there's really good rock, we call it soil. Then we come and bring in all kinds of like rock, and then we pound on it really hard to make. Do you want to build? Do you think that if I set this up like that, do you see that?
Yeah.
Do you see how skinny that is?
Yeah.
If I put this on top of here, do you think it's going to fall?
Yes.
Oh!
Oh my goodness.
That's because it's, right? That's really skinny, right?
Yeah.
So what we do is we put in our buildings, we put what's called a footing, and it's nice and big like that. Now if I put this on top of it, do you think it's going to be fine?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard.
You want to sit in that machine?
You want to sit in it? This is Paul. Paul's the one who
Hi, Paul.
founded the company.
Remember that hammer we saw in the belt when we were waiting? That's his.
Hammer in the wall.
Yep.
You want to go sit in it?
Come here. Oh yeah, good job.
Pretend like you're driving it.
You need some help? You got it? Whoa, there's no steering wheel! How do you drive it? How do you think you drive it? Oh, with those?
Yeah. So these ones, each one does different things. So this might change the way the boom works, and this changes the way that shovel, and these might change the way these tractors. So they, instead of wheels, we have big tracks. It makes the tracks go differently.
So does each one of these control a track?
On this model, I'm not sure, but I believe so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that one should control right, and that one controls left. And these
Cool.
control the boom.
Oh. That's awesome. Do you have any other questions about it? Cabinets and houses? Well, let's go over to the cabinet shop and go look. Should we go check? All right. Do you need help? You got it?
What's that?
A crane.
A crane. Why do you use cranes? Do you know?
So let's have a stop.
Yeah. Sometimes
Good
it's
job.
so heavy that I'm not strong enough and no one else is strong enough to lift it. So we need problems to set stuff in.
That's huge.
Yeah, that look. You want to know something really
turn around.
interesting about that crane? Can I tell you something cool? If you ever drive by a crane and in the wind it's moving like this, you'd be like, oh no, it's going to fall over. It's actually doing what's called weather vaning. So it's made to not stay still when it's windy. So that way it can rotate with the wind just like what's called a weather vane. So it stays safe. Because if it doesn't move, then the wind tries to knock it over. It tries to push it. And so we set it. So if you drive by later tonight and you look at that and it's really windy, it might be facing another direction. And then if it's still wind, it might face another. And you might even drive by and if it's really windy, you can sometimes see it moving.
What?
And a lot of people get nervous and they think that's not good. But it's actually supposed to do that. Kind of cool, huh?
That's awesome. All right.
Okay, let's go in here.
You're silly.
Let me show you a lot of cool things in here. Check this out.
What the heck?
See these? I'm going to show you how we make all kinds of doors and stuff. Does that sound like a good idea? Because we can make it here. We will make all kinds of things. Doors, some doors with glass, different pieces of wood, some that are blue.
I like that one.
Right?
That's really
And how we
cool.
make all this kind of stuff. And they're all different. You want to feel them? You can feel them, you can touch them. Do they feel different? Yeah.
This one's really smooth.
That one's smooth. What's this one?
Rumbly?
Rumbly? What's this one
Rumbly.
down here?
Normal wood?
Normal wood. Okay. So you wanted to know how we make all this, right? Cabinets and doors. So first to do that, if we're going to go out there, I have to have you do something special. We're going to have special glasses. Why do you think we're going to put special glasses on? What do you think that does to your eyes? It helps protect them.
That's
So
cool.
if something is happening out there and that piece of wood comes and goes, is your eye good? Yeah. Let's try it on you.
Yeah.
Does it feel good?
Thanks.
All right. We'll put some special glasses on.
Oh, that's cool. Special glasses.
Now here's a really important rule while we're out here. You got to stay with me, okay? Can't run away in case any of the machines are going. Okay.
Whoa.
So out here,
Oh my goodness.
we're gonna do you see
Stairs.
stairs.
Yep.
So come back to this. This is just normal wood, huh? You see that? Doesn't look like any of those doors in there, does it? It looks just normal, huh? So what we're going to show you is I'm going to show you how we take normal wood like this and we turn it into doors and we turn it into just different pieces of trim and stuff. That sound okay? So first let's talk about doors.
So does this turn into like a blue door?
Sometimes.
Sometimes?
Sometimes a blue door, sometimes a brown door.
Wow.
Sometimes.
Cool. Let's see how it works.
So come over here. You see this big machine?
Yeah.
Come look. Right in here. Hey, see? Did you guys see those? What you see in there?
Yeah.
That are pieces of wood like we were just looking at. And they're glued together. So if you look up here,
Oh, look up here too,
did
Calvin.
you see that? What they do is they put the pieces of wood in, and then these little pieces are clamps. They clamp together. And it clamps it so that they glue together. And you can see the glue. Can you see the glue on it? So they glue them together so that it becomes one big solid piece of wood. And the next thing they do,
A giant clamp.
come over here. Once they've done that, then they have to take, let's see if I can find pieces of wood. They gotta take the wood and they gotta, so they've glued them this way, now they gotta glue them together. So do you see this right here? This will crush anything. It's so heavy, it pushes together. You see the big rods? It pushes together. And then it pushes the pieces of wood together and it glues them that way. So that one glues them together like this, and this one pushes them together and glues them together that way. So now you've got lots of wood all put together. So let's go this way.
They have glue everywhere.
So if you can kind of see,
It's the door.
yeah, because what they've done, you can kind of see it here. Come look right here.
Oh, look over here.
Do you see right here?
Oop, careful.
Okay, do you see how there's a line right there? It's because this is a piece of wood and that was a piece of wood. And so when we see that where it came down together, they glued that piece onto that piece and another piece right there. They glued them all together.
Have any questions?
Is that cool?
How are you gonna make this one?
That's what he's showing us.
Well, so the other thing you might, you see how these kind of come together? Do you see that? That's where they would have glued them together that way too.
Oh.
Does that make sense? So then they have to cut them. So sometimes what they used to cut them is a big machine known as a CNC. You see that?
CNC.
Let's go look at that one. That one's cool.
Oh, that one's really cool.
Yeah. Oh, this is, you want to know why they do this? This is really interesting. I'll show you.
Whoa.
Wait,
So-
is this a top-off door?
Oh, what?
A top-off door?
I don't know what this is going to be actually. But, so one of the things that's hard to do is to get wood to curve. So you see how they put little pieces in here to give it that curve? And then what they'll do when they get a solid piece of wood is they put cuts in it. It's called a relief cut. And so they don't cut the wood all the way, they cut it about halfway through the piece of wood. And when it does that, you can get it to bend. And that's how you get wood to bend. So there, right now you can see what it would look like. This is what the bottom piece of wood would look like. And they'll glue something over the top of it, and that's what will create what's called a relief. And then it will come in and they'll glue it on top of that. Cool, huh? And out here we have all kinds of saws, right?
I have seen that.
You've seen cool saws like this? Did your dad have cool saws like this?
Yeah.
So they cut stuff. I don't know if this one's plugged in. Some cool saws.
Did you like that? Okay, keep going. I gotta be behind you.
Out
Keep going.
here, this is the coolest machine we have. So this machine, and it's hard to show you because it's not working
not
right
running.
now. Come here. You see all these little pieces?
Yeah.
Let me see. I might be able to get one out.
Is this a CNC machine?
This is a CNC machine. So
Okay.
these little things, you see these?
Yeah.
Those are little blades.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's a big computer. And the computer tells it how to cut it. You know where? Right over here. This. Come back over here. Here, come look in here.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Clean the wood?
So there's a big vacuum. You see that tube? There's a vacuum. And it sucks all the wood
Wait, look, the
pieces out.
tube is going up there.
It goes all the way outside.
Oh.
And in there, if you come down, can you look? Can you see the little saw? So it grabs all of those little tools, and it will go grab those tools, and it moves this. This whole thing will move all the way down to there, and it can move up both ways, this way and this way. And then it will cut. It will cut things. So you can do any design in the wood and it will cut it. So that's how I actually made Vienna's dollhouse. Is we cut the wood like this.
Oh.
I didn't cut it. So it's like a big saw and it just knows how to cut things. You ever seen a 3D printer? This?
You have one.
You have a 3D printer. So what does a 3D printer do? Does it print things?
Yeah. The stuff in it goes down to make stuff.
And then it makes stuff and then it puts it and it keeps going back and forth till it makes a big wall or something, huh? Does that make sense? CNCs are the opposite of a 3D printer.
Takes away instead of puts it there.
Exactly. It takes stuff away instead of putting stuff on. So instead it's almost like it's vacuuming it all out. And it takes it all away. That's a cool. So they'll cut stuff with this.
It's a giant one, huh?
Yeah. Let's go look at another piece here. What do you think this big piece of machinery does? It cuts it. Yeah. It's called an Albendorf. And it's a really fancy table saw. So you put the numbers in there and it will slide in order to get the piece of wood just the size you want. So you'll take wood like this and you'll say, oh, I need it this big. And you put it in, and then you take it and you put it on here. And then this slides back and forth. And as it slides back and forth, eventually it'll bring it over here, Calvin, and it will cut it.
You see the saw right there? Yeah. You see it, miss?
What does that spinning tube?
Oh, this.
What is that spinning? This right here? This is air. You don't get too close, but you feel the air?
You feel that? Is it getting you?
You gotta blow all the dust off.
Oh.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So does this do it on its own, or do you have to guide it?
It doesn't do it fully on its own. This piece right here, so these clamps will come down, and then it'll adjust over here. It'll adjust this arm back and forth. Right here, so this arm will
Oh,
move.
okay.
And so then you bring that. The buttons are how big?
Good
That's really
question.
Come here. Right up here. It says, here's what we think, like we cut all the time in like an 1/8 of an inch. It says, okay, you're gonna put in 0.125. So we put in like 0.125 and then say, okay, I'm gonna cut it 1/8 of an inch big. And then these turn on and off the saw. And then this big piece right here, this would do back and forth, is what this would do.
That's pretty awesome. There are lots of machines in here, huh?
Let's see. We'll show you a couple other ones. So eventually they take all those boxes of wood and they screw them together. Do you see all that? And when they screw them together, they make a box.
And then they put this plastic on?
Yep, and then they put the plastic on to protect it. Because then we'll take that box, and inside here, can you see the drawer? There's drawers.
Oh.
And then when we get out on the job site, we'll put the box in, and you can see on this one, you see how that has a cabinet? That right there has a face to it. Yeah.
Going in a big circle.
Yeah. This one over here, this is actually kind of cool. Do you see these lasers? Don't look into them, but you see these lasers? You see that little red? See that? And see that? When we take big pieces of wood like this, and we want to make that wood instead of this big, we want to make it this big. What would happen is we can put it right up on here. Now that laser, see what that laser's showing? That laser would tell us how big it's going to cut it. And then we come all the way down in, keep going, and it goes up. And then it will go inside there. And when it goes inside there, it measures it and then it cuts it. And it makes it this big instead of this big.
Do you think it gives it a wobbly cut or a straight cut?
Straight.
Yeah.
Straight cut. Yeah.
Good job.
We do that because that's really hard to get a long straight cut and not have a wobbly cut. Any other questions with that one?
Why don't we want to look into lasers?
Oh, good question.
Because lasers are really bright light, and your eyes can't focus and block the light out, and so when it gets in there, it might make you go blind.
Another cool machine. Well, there's a lot into making this stuff, huh?
This one is probably my favorite.
Whoa.
Let's see. Why is it worse now? I don't know.
Looks like an octopus on top, Calvin.
So what happens inside that one? Come check these out. Is they're big blades like this. So one thing we do here is we make what these are called. These are called custom trim and base. And then inside that machine, I was going to show you that it takes these big pieces and then it takes wood, just like you see behind that, and then it makes trim to whatever you want it to look like. So sometimes people say, I want it to look like this. And sometimes people want it to look like that.
Has anybody ever brought in like a sketch of what they want and then you had to just do that?
Yep, people
Cool.
will come in and they'll say, I'm thinking I kind of want to do this. And what we'll do is we'll draw it out and we'll go in here. I'll show you. We actually make these. These are called the knives.
Whoa.
We make the knives. So we hand make them. Come here.
There's all sorts of them, huh, bud?
So, for example, that used to be a
Whoa.
big piece of wood, and that machine just cut it. Just like that. Comes out just like that. Can you believe that? So it looked like maybe like that before, and then it came out like this. Yeah.
What's your favorite machine so far?
All of them.
All of them? What's your favorite machine so far?
All of them.
All of them. Good choices. Whoa.
Inside here,
Oh. Go.
so this is going to be actually really, this is cool. Remember how we looked at those knives out there? This knife makes this.
Oh.
So watch this, it's like puzzle. Do they go together?
Yeah.
You try it. You put it in there. Do you see how that works?
Yeah.
So that's how we make those. So I'll show you another one. Should we show you another one?
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's find a fun
This is
one.
cool.
This one looks like fun. Okay. Who's going to put the puzzle piece together? Does it fit?
Yes.
Are you going to do it too? Look at that. So you can't buy this piece anywhere. No Home Depot, no Lowe's. Nowhere can you buy that. That was made custom here. Nobody else. So all these pieces that you see up here, these are all ones that we've made completely custom.
Does that machine make them?
And this is how we make them is we grind them down over here. They grind them with this little wheel. And then they'll do that. So they use the computer, the grinder, and this. And then they make them. So they take knives and then like this, and they'll grind them down. And then they'll do that so you can kind of see there's little lines, and that's how they're going to figure out how to make it. So all of these are all different kinds. You can see
Oh, that one's cool.
what it's going to look like eventually.
Fancy, huh?
So if you ever wanted a different look, look at all the different kinds you can see. Did you want to do one more match? Should we do one more?
Yeah.
Okay, you guys pick one. Point to one you want to do.
This bit.
There's not a piece of wood in that one. We're going to find a different one.
Of course.
You want to do that one? All right, should we match this one? Okay, you hold the wood. Let's see if you can get it to match. Match.
Good
I
job.
want to do it.
Oh, I gotta flip it. Let's see. There you go. Match. There you go.
Pretty awesome.
Oh, right here. All of these, what you see right here, these are all the different like pieces of wood that we said match for the.
Wait, and then you colored them?
Should we go look and see how we do that? Because all of those were brown, so how in the world did we get a blue door? Let's go look at that one. That should be fun too.
Okay.
There's not really anything fun up there.
Do all of these pipes up here, is this where the sawdust goes? Is that like part of the vacuum stuff?
Should we go see that? Should we go see where all the sawdust goes to? For sure.
Calvin, do you know what sawdust is? Sawdust is just the stuff that comes off the wood. It's like wood cuttings.
Oh look, big pieces of the arch door right there.
Whoa!
So, oh, that's good. You see, they're gluing pieces of wood there together to make them arch. You see that down there? So they've actually, right down here, you can see they've glued these pieces of wood together.
Where are they made?
They're making a big arch door. They all come right out here.
What?
And then they come into this.
And then out?
And then they come out into that. Into the trailer. Come here. All of that sawdust.
What?
Whoa! That's huge! That's a lot of
I'm
sawdust.
sure someone would have a bath in there.
A bath?
You know who likes baths in there? Horses.
Oh!
Somebody goes by and they take that and they feed that to their horses. And then the other thing is,
Harley!
the other thing I like to do is I put that in my compost in my garden.
Oh, that's a good place for it
That
too.
helps- That helps my garden grow.
Oh.
Is that cool? That's pretty wild, huh? Did they CNC this? Yeah. Was this CNC? So remember that big white machine we showed you? Let's not step on that.
Okay.
That big white machine that we saw out there, that's what cut all this and made that really cool texture. Remember how?
Those are end panels and these are doors.
Ooh, look at those. Those would be doors. Would that be cool? Look. All that.
These are fridge panels, these big ones.
So CNC. Those are the doors.
That's cool, huh? Like the way it feels.
Which job is that?
This is
Does it smell different in here to you?
Ooh.
Why does it smell weird? Because our paint. This is where we paint stuff. This is a paint booth.
Oh.
So, down here, see this? Behind here are are big fans. You hear that fan?
Yeah.
So turn it on for a minute. You stay right where you are. See if you can hear the fan.
Okay, don't touch it anymore.
Feel it?
You feel it?
I see it.
See it?
Yeah. Oh.
These glasses are matte.
They're what?
I saw some blue lines in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can see. You can almost see outside, huh? That's to help take all the air that's in here when you paint. Let me check it out. Yeah. So these are all different mixes of paint. And then what they do is they take these guns and then they bring them over here and they spray them. Just like that. So we'll put something on here. We'll
Hey, but Calvin, all the colors aren't there. How do they make the colors? How do you think they make the colors?
They make paint.
Do you think they mix them to make the right color?
should we see
That's
that?
cool. Oops.
Remember how I said you can't buy any of that molding at Home Depot? You also can't bring any of your colors to Home Depot either.
Wait.
In here, we
Oh yeah. Hold on. Turn around. Stand back there. Turn around and smile at me. Harley, pose like you're taking a picture.
all of these we make our own colors. We have a guy here, and he is a master at coming up with colors. So if you said, I like this color, but I wanted a little more yellow, do you know what he would do? He'd figure out how to make that happen. He can make any color you want.
Whoa, that's a lot of colors.
A lot of colors, huh?
That's a orange, and that's a red, and a greenish, and bluish.
Yeah, and then look over here.
So let me show you a really cool thing. This is called a storyboard. Let's see. Let me find you a really good one. Maybe I can't find you a storyboard. There we go. This is a cool color. That one. Is this one orange? Oh yeah, there you go. This is how
Oh.
So this is what the wood looked like when we looked at it before. And then this is how they build up the color.
Why is there little lumps?
So is it because does this look different than here?
Mm-hmm.
That shows us how they build up the color and how the color can be different.
Oh,
So this is glossier and this is more matte.
So they can see different types of color.
Yeah.
Cool.
Want to see another one? Should we find it? Let's see if we can find another fun one. Ooh, this one looks, that one looks more Harley. Is that
Oh.
one more Harley? See all those different colors?
So did the person not like the first one, or did they like want adjustments and that's why you kept going?
Yeah, so this will show them different options they can do. So essentially they come in and we can show them and say, you can see here, this is the vinyl, this is scuff, this is lacquer and something, and then rub through scuff and then another coat of lacquer. So some people want stuff shiny and really thick, and other people want it a little more dull. So that's called a storyboard. Is that cool?
Really?
Look at all these storyboards. All of those are different colors.
well, you must need a ladder to get up there.
Oh yeah, that's really tall.
Should
Huh?
we do one more storyboard?
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find a really cool pink or bright color. I might be able to. There you go. Ooh, here you go. There we go.
Oh.
That one's for Harley. Look at that. Is that cool?
You like that?
That's a cool
It's
color.
really pretty.
Should that be the color you do your room? That pink. See? And then right there it just tells us, so you can see how we got to the final color. It shows you exactly how we built it up.
That's awesome. Go pick your favorite thing. Show me what your favorite one over here is. What do you think? There are lots of different colors, huh? You like that one? That's cool. What do you think, Harley? You like the yellow one? This one?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, that's really gold.
Yeah, this one's really gold too, huh?
Oh, yeah. But
I thought you guys were gonna pick this orange one.
Yeah.
Pink one.
Wow.
Yeah.
and my owner is this one. It's really black.
Hey, do you think that they make this look like that?
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So,
Oh,
see
silly
how
goose.
we make the colors.
Put
You
it-
wanna know? Right back here, every one of those is a different color.
Whoa.
And a different. So this machine takes all these little different pieces and says, I want a little bit of this, and a little bit of this, and a little bit of this. It takes all of those, and that's how it makes up the colors.
Oh. Wait, rainbow.
And that's, we use a computer to kind of figure out exactly how to, we call it storing a formula. So there's a formula of all these different colors.
What color is it?
Blue.
Looks like a little blue, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So all those are different.
Rainbow, rainbow, rainbow.
There's a rainbow on the side, but
It's great.
yeah.
It's got a little more green to it.
Look at this. That's really cool, huh? What? Okay, you gotta stand back. What have you learned so far? You can't remember. What's your favorite thing so far?
Everything.
Everything?